So here with Manu from Leaf Audio. I'm going to check out the new sound box, Microphonic Sound Box. What's the idea, what's the concept, and then let's check it out.
I'm using this kind of thing since 20 years. In '97 I built this kind of box on the screen for myself. And it was meant as a temporary device just to do some sound research and some experiments for myself. When I came from the drums, you know, and I went to experimental music then, and so.
It's very physical.
It's very physical, and the funny thing is I still use the same wood block 20 years later.
All right, the same box.
The same thing, yeah. And I, especially around 2006 or so, when I started using computers on stage and software, MIDI controllers and so, the whole instrument changed for myself because I was able to create completely new sounds. I was exchanging my mixing desk through this kind of granular stuff, you know, on the computer. And so this kind of instrument never got boring for myself. And I've developed this kind of routing infrastructure behind my instrument all the time. And yeah.
Yeah, and once that's set, something like the Nano controller, it's the same physicality for looping, granular, whatever you map the MIDI to. The computer's almost out of the way, I guess, once you've got the controller and the sound box.
I don't have to look at it.
Yeah, perfect.
I just can play, and
it's so what have we got on the new box itself?
Basically, it's a wood box with a contact microphone. This is the prototype now. Will be ready in a month or two. We're just thinking about adding some electronics inside, but that's not sure. It picks up the sound from the device itself, from the springs. We added a kalimba style instrument to it, and you can play it as it is. Now it's dry, but you can also add some kind of reverb, for example, or some pitch shifting and stuff.
It's the perfect source for these sounds to actually get away from a synth and get some actual Foley and real acoustic sound in there.
Yeah, right. If I try to make this kind of sound with a synth, I'm programming or...
It's a lot of modules.
Yeah, it's a lot of modules, and I'm busy for an hour or more or so, and I just touch the thing, you know, and I have it. And okay, it is what it is, but I know how to reach which kind of sound, and I'm very quick with it. For example, I love to record sounds in the looper channel, like now. Just play it back. I can add stuff, layer it.
Very quickly, you're in a sort of sound world.
Yeah. And I developed different techniques and how I can use one channel as two channels sometimes. I can freeze the reverb, for example. So I have time to empty the looper again.
Freeze it in the, yeah.
Get some new stuff into it and then build these evolving atmospheres and so on. This is my kind of music, and the instrument and the story behind it is very personal. And it's my instrument. And now I want to open it up to people.
I think it's instantly very fun. So whether you've done this before, like your background and your style, or whether you just want to experiment with sound, I think it's really quick.
Yeah, it's a sound design tool in the end, you know.
Yeah. So, are these sort of, you aiming to get these out this year? Like I said, this is still a sort of working prototype.
Yeah, it's a prototype, and it will be ready next month or in 2 months, and then
quite soon.
Will be available via Exploding Shed, I think, and some other retailers, and so. Yeah.
What sort of price roughly?
Not really calculated yet because we are still thinking about adding some electronics.
Okay.
And or other materials, and we don't have suppliers for it. So I don't want to.
I don't want to try and pin anyone to dates and prices, but just if you had anything in mind.
I mean, it won't be too expensive in the end.
Yeah.
So very affordable. A lot of value, I think, for
What it actually offers.
a lot of possibilities.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.